Hey, what's up everybody? So in this video here, I thought it would be fun to, this portion anyway, do a little bit of a voiceover and show you the process of loading the truck camper onto the truck. I've got it fast forward here, so I'm going to make it quick, but this is just going to give you an overview of what's entailed when I back the truck underneath the camper. You know, I've tried a few things and I still haven't found a perfect way to just get it just right. It's really been a process of just, you back up a little bit here, and then you get out and you look and see if everything is nice and squared up without it making any contact to the without the truck camper making any contact to the body at all. So it's just really a process, and this little fast forwarded video here clip is going to show you what's basically all involved, and how I get get everything right, and it'll show you how many times I get in and out of the truck. Check it out. If you have a partner spotting you, it can definitely help you out, but it's definitely doable with one person. So I hope you enjoy this little short fast clip of me doing it. And in this clip here, I wanted to show you guys how I tighten the turnbuckles on the truck camper to the frame mounted tie down. So what I'm doing right now is I'm removing the slack out of the turnbuckle, getting the slack removed out of it, and then once I get the slack removed out of it, there's a rubber bushing at the top of the cylinder, and I'm going to push that rubber bushing all the way down to the top so it bottoms out. That's where I'm going to take my measurement of approximately 1/4 inch, and that's going to give my eyeball tightness measurement. Now these are spring loaded, so they're meant to move up and down. You want some spring, and you do not want to over tighten them. Very important. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just tightening them down, eyeballing that measurement, that gap between that rubber washer and where it bottoms out. So that's good, nice and snug down. Then I take my crescent wrench and then I just tighten down that bottom jam nut, and that just gives it a good final lock off. And that's really all that there is to it. But you don't want to over tighten them. Hey guys, just wanted to point out something that if you're not aware of, it's these Dry-Z-Air containers. If you're like me and you've got a couple placed inside the camper, do not do what I did, which is take off without checking the water level in these. Take off as in driving away. So if you're like me and you've been parked at one place for a while, this is a nightmare waiting to happen. I do that because I've had these things spill all over the inside of the camper before, and the water, and even the pellets, these Dry-Z-Air pellets, and I'm telling you guys, these things are a mess. Do not, whatever you do, always check these things. And what I do is I dump the water out, and then I'll put these inside of a plastic bag, and then I'll put them in a hole somewhere where they're not going to tip over if they have the pellets in them. These things, they just, they spill over and all that kind of stuff. So this is just another one of those things that you might want to add to your checklist before you drive away. Alright guys, let's see, I'm looking inside of my storage shed. Everything you see in here I will also be bringing along with me here for the trip. I've got my folding chair, chain for the generator, rubber boots, my drive-up ramps, got a bottle jack there, a 6-ton bottle jack, got my Honda 2000 generator, Mr. Buddy heater, some paper towels, some TP, got the mountain bike, some saran wrap, some tennis shoes. I got my mountain biking gear, helmets, all those goodies in that black bag. A bunch of water. I'm carrying about 8 gallons of water in my basement like that. I'll throw those inside the truck. Wash brush. I like to get the camper washed again before I go. Get some of the funky coast green algae off there. Oh, don't forget my extension cord. That's really important. So that's kind of wrap up some of the goodies here, guys. I'll be throwing in there. I think that generator, I'll either put that inside the camper or I will put that maybe inside the truck for the time being. Some of you guys might be wondering, well, where are you going to carry the gas can for the generator, Roller? Well, that's a great question, and I've got a container here that's going to fit perfectly inside, underneath here, and it'll just slip right down inside and it'll holster right inside the bed there. So that's going to work out. That's going to work out great. All right, guys, some more preparations for the trip. Got some Amazon.com, some Prime goodies here. We've got a yard stash. This is a mountain bike cover that I'm going to cover over the mountain bike, and hopefully I can get a couple of shots and also a review on this bad boy. And then this here is a ram mount, rammounts.com for the windshield here. This is a holder for my cell phone so that I can take some epic footage while I'm driving down the road. This is not a wussy windshield mount. This was a heavy duty suction cup. It's had lots of great reviews. I think Chris Travels is using one of these bad boys, so we're going to give it a shot and see how it works out. So a couple of goodies here from Amazon. Then I also ordered one of these lavalier lapel microphones, so this will plug into my Galaxy cell phone, and I'm going to be using a microphone so that I can get some better audio coverage. All right, here's a sneak peek at the inside of my truck. As you can see, it's an absolute mess. This bag here, I've got a lot of work clothes in. I got rain gear, I got rubber boots, mountain bike bag. I've got running shoes in here, hiking boots, tools, lots of pens, sun visor. I've got a bag of books that I'm bringing that I'm going to read, or want to do some reading here on this trip. Got a whole bunch of water. Got some aluminum foil. That's always good to have when you're camping. GPS. Tony Robbins, Personal Power, the driving force. Got to have one of those in your car at all times. Let's see. Got some rain pants. All right. Locked and loaded, ready to go. Hey guys. All right, well, the next stop is the DMV. Got to get the truck camper licensed and ready to go, get everything legal. I licensed the truck last week. I changed over my plates to Oregon registration, and I was surprised to learn that the DMV, in order to license my truck camper, I have to drive it down to the DMV so that they can check the VIN number on it. Is that crazy or what, guys? Hey guys, not sure if you can see me. I'm standing outside the DMV here, and I just paid for my truck camper registration, and this is going to be a little bit of a rant. And this Pounder, if you're watching this, I can feel your pain. Okay, guys, so let's talk about this. I just registered the truck camper, and it was $225 total out the door to transfer the title and get plates and tabs. And I also did my truck last week. My truck was like $197. It costs more to register and license the truck camper than it did my truck that I like drive around and beat the pavement to death with all the time. So just kind of a heads up for you guys that want to come to Oregon and license your stuff. Now, one thing I want to add, the nice thing about Oregon is that the licensing is good for 2 years, okay? It's not annual, so I'm not going to bitch about that. I'm not bitching at all. I'm just shocked that the government gets that much money. And okay, that's the other thing I wanted to say was that in Oregon with RVs, they charge by the foot. All right, so my truck camper by the manufacturer, it's listed as a 10'2" truck camper, but I had to pay for 17 feet. They measure the total length of the camper, so I had to pay for 17 feet. Pounder, his is like a 38-footer or this 36-footer. He has to pay like all that. I think it's like $300 or something. He was saying to license it every 2 years. So, you know, I'm from Washington originally, and up there in Washington, what they charge typically, I know on the automobiles, what I would pay in 1 year. In Washington, I would pay for 2 years in Oregon. So there is a little bit of a savings in Oregon on the registration. But I tell you, when you come to the DMV, man, you better have your checkbook ready, because it's not cheap. I mean, I've got almost $400, $500 in just title and registration. And anyways, guys, I think a lot of this is just. It's a lot of BS, I mean, I have no problem paying taxes for a lot of these things, but there just comes a point where it just gets out of hand. I mean, it really just gets out of hand, and just getting constantly squeezed by the man here. So, I'm not, I don't know. I just think it's a little outrageous, to have to pay that much, so. Okay, guys, that's it. I'm done ranting about all this. Let's get on and let's have some fun and enjoy America here and everything that it has to offer.